Excited about Nathan's talent. One of the biggest things for me was that fantastic goal he scored against Newcastle that you would have seen at the beginning of this video. Unbelievable technique, hitting it on the volley, cutting in, and his position there is really a trademark of his style of play. But the stats speak for himself from a West Ham point of view. 13 games, 12 goals and 6 assists in the Under-23s. Phenomenal. And we've seen the blistering pace he has and the dribbling ability, and obviously he cuts in and he has that finishing touch to register so many goals. And with someone who's that quick and that good at dribbling, naturally they are going to create space for other team members and they are going to get assists. So I wanted to see if he could translate that over to Oxford and into more of the professional side of the game, and a team where you're going to come up against opposition that are physical, that want to get rough, that want to get close to you. And I think Nathan seems a step ahead of that already. I think his natural positional awareness to constantly cut in, and particularly when his team is on the attack, you'll see multiple situations where he's able to find a pocket of space in the box. So even though he is technically a winger, when the minute he gets into that final third, he likes to play as almost like a striker and getting on the end of a cross or trying to pull back for the assist and trying to knock that in the back of the net. So that was really interesting. Another interesting point with someone like Nathan Holland is I've seen the other players like Connor Coventry and Dan Kemp, and there is that element of defensive work rate and trying to stick to their position, but Nathan is so attack-minded. He likes to stick very much in that final third, and any time that ball comes to him or any chance he has to collect the ball and sort of take on defenders, he will. We see him against Newcastle, it's the flick on and he's just drifted into that area and he's hit it, across the keeper. So yeah, Nathan, really attack-minded, really quick as well. Whereas the other players, it feels like they're kind of getting into a dribbling match with the defender. Nathan's so quick that the defender really doesn't have the time to kind of think ahead and try and push him out to the wing, because he's already moving inwards, and by that time he's already past them. So we're dealing with a very different player. The only negative I would have about his play, and this is really difficult for me because he's clearly scored a lot of goals and registered a lot of assists for the Under-23s, but with Oxford, he found himself in a lot of positions for him to get a goal, and he either skied it over the bar or he scuffed the shot, and that is contradictory to the goal he scored against Newcastle. So it may be a confidence thing, but I felt that he didn't have that necessary composure when it was required. But because he's so attack-minded, because he's so quick, and because he drifts into the right positions, he will get chances to score goals. And so with me, I'm very, very confident that once he registers a few goals in that type of league, he will go on to accumulate, to become a lot more assured in his ability at that level. And I think he has the raw talent to make that step up very quickly. All the other players I've kind of looked at with a lens of, can you defend the way that Moyes wants you to defend? But Nathan's such a different type of player. It's almost like he's so good at what he does in that attacking third that it's almost like you couldn't really ask him to defend. That I think he needs to go to a team that's going to allow him to have that opportunity to stay in the final third and to cut his teeth a little bit in the division. And I'd like to see him potentially in either League One or the Championship, because there is absolutely no question for me that he has the ability. I think it's just time, and I think it's just gaining that experience. And I think if he had a season-long loan somewhere rather than the 6-month loan he had at Oxford, and obviously with COVID-19 the situation was cut short and he had an injury, he's never really been able to pick up that momentum anywhere else other than the Under-23s. So that was my take on Nathan Holland. Fantastic player, great pace, good dribbling. Next week I'm going to work on potentially some sort of fantasy teams, maybe worst 11 under David Golden and David Sullivan, just to kind of keep it humorous, and just trying to keep us ticking along with this content. Obviously, ideally, we'd all love to be watching football again, but I will try and keep you as entertained as I possibly can for the next 4 weeks, and hopefully sooner rather than later we'll be back watching West Ham play. So until next time, take care.